Good afternoon. I'd like to call this Standing Committee of the Legislative and Regulatory Committee to order. Roll call, please.
Ron Dunwoody,
Here.
Scott McClory,
Here.
Peter Harvey.
Here.
We have first item to consider today is consider new application for Adaya Shakti Incorporated doing business as Holiday Inn Express and Suites Class B fermented malt beverage. Understand there was just a slight change to the application.
Yes.
Okay.
So we noticed this meeting in the paper, and we don't put agents on that notice, so we didn't have to renotice anything in the paper. But the original application that came in from Holiday Inn had the two owners listed as agents, but they decided to make the on-site manager the agent. So we asked the PD to perform a background check on the new agent, and we just sent that in. We do not have the background check done yet, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. And as far as we know, everything else was good as far as the fire inspection too. Chief did that like the other ones?
Do you have the report, Rebecca?
The only report we did not get is from the PD for Holiday Inn.
Okay.
Well,
Anything,
Do you have
Broke?
any discussion? Sorry, Sergeant?
You want me to explain?
Sure.
I was down there this afternoon. Several things. They have to redo their premise description again, so that should be coming here. They have to complete a transfer of stock form because they are currently possessing beer from the previous owners. So I showed them that form on the DOR's website. They will get that submitted. They said that they turned in the license from EN to M, Elkhorn, which is the former owners. They turned that back in upon your request.
Yes, they did.
So they obviously don't have their own yet because that's what this is about. But they also don't have their seller's permit from the state yet either. They're expecting that by June 6th. So they have a number of things pending at the moment. So I'm gonna just keep on them about those items. The premise description was that the new owners since yesterday had written, I believe, that they're storing in a cooler, but then I want storage into a cooler as well as back office.
Okay.
And they're not gonna be storing in an office, it's gonna be in a lobby closet.
Okay.
So that's what needs to get modified there. And then just a couple of the other issues would be like a state seller's permit. They have invoices from their old, they showed one invoice from the old owners of, purchasing beer from CJW, but they need to complete that DOR form.
Okay.
Because then that will start their, kind of like their baseline of, that's their first invoice is the DOR form of, we've got 12 Coronas, 14 Miller Lights, and this is how the stock that they started the business with.
So if they complete all these tasks, would you say that we could, at this meeting, conditionally approve it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Any other further discussion on the item? Pete? Scott? Adam, do you have anything?
I just have just a question, comment. So Lacey, just for verification, they are not attempting to have a liquor license, just strictly Class B malt beverage. So we're gonna have one extra license then?
There are no extras.
Okay.
We have a quota. So right now, depending on the outcome of this meeting, for liquor, we will have 12 licensed establishments, and the city has a quota of 13. And then we have a handful of reserves. They did not apply for a liquor. It's never been something that's been requested from them, the prior owner or this one. So I spoke with the DOR, and their recommendation was that if they were going to apply, a Class B fermented malt beverage would be the one that they should go for.
Thank you.
So I'll make a motion to conditionally approve, subject to all the stipulations from Sergeant Croak and our city clerk and a deputy clerk, that they meet all of those parameters versus making us all come back here, just for one vote. For one item.
Okay.
So obviously, if, it takes them till July 26th to do whatever, that's the first day you're serving beer or malt liquor or whatever. So that's my motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Next items are renewal of Class A fermented malt beverage and Class A liquor. We have 5 applicants for that, for renewal. Agam Liquor Incorporated, doing business as Elkhorn Wine and Spirits. America's Liquor LLC, doing business as America's Liquor. Hanson's IGA Incorporated, doing business as Hanson's Liquor. Wilson Farm Meats Incorporated, doing business as Wilson Farm Meats. And J&G Liquor LLC, doing business as J&G Liquor. Do we have any questions on any of those, Chief or Sergeant? They're all good? Everyone had a chance to read all the inspection reports and satisfied with it? Do we just want to have my suggestion, just do one approval for all items that are listed for that? Do we have a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Do we have a
And
second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. No further discussion. All in favor, say aye. Oh, wait.
I
Can
do,
I just-
I do have a question.
I was gonna ask, Rebecca, was there anything on your report that you noted for the Class As at all?
Just America's Liquor, building inspector, maintain clearance in front of exits. Hanson's Liquor sprinkler system last inspected service in January of 2023, and that needs to be serviced annually.
Okay,
And J&G Liquor has fire violation, extinguisher needs to be mounted, is not mounted. So, just that.
Items have been noted. Are there any other changes to the motions?
Scott?
I just had one question. I just got to scroll down to see where I may have gotten confused. So I apologize for kind of going out of order, but under the C Charlie renewal, Class C wine and Class B fermented, you've got Elkhorn Deli doing business as the Whistle Stop, but then up here we have Wilson Farm Meats looking for a Class A, but
They have 2 different establishments. So
Right, they got
Wilson
the
Farm
place that
Meats
they
is the store.
right, okay, so the deli and the Whistle Stop are the same building.
Elkhorn Deli is Wilson's Whistle Stop, correct? And it's
Okay.
the restaurant.
Okay, that's the part I was confused by, because up here they only have it as Wilson's, and down below they've got it as the Whistle Stop and a deli, so, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So if there's any other further discussion, we have motion and a second.
Did you want to make your motion, or did you want to change the motion to have the conditions that were mentioned?
I don't think so. We just wanted to note that, yeah, those are minor ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
none
you.
of those,
Sorry, thank you.
none of those were stated that would be precluding issuance of a license.
Correct.
Just something that'll have to be monitored
Thank you.
on all of them. So we have motion and second. All in favor of renewal for those businesses?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Next one, we have a lot under renewal of a Class B fermented malt and beverage and Class B liquor. 9 East Incorporated, doing business as Elkhorn Saloon. Brian Patrick Taylor, doing business as Mama T's Italian Eatery. Collaborate and Elkhorn LLC, doing business as Ricky's Place Restaurant. Let's see, Friends Forever LLC, doing business as Friends on the Square. Jackette LLC, doing business as Bernie's Pub and Grill. Lake House Breakfast Bar and Grill, doing business as Lake House Breakfast Bar and Grill. Lechner Enterprises LLC, doing business as Station 20 Pub and Grub. Los Tres Hermanos Incorporated, doing business as Los Tres Hermanos. New Moy's Incorporated, doing business as Moy's Restaurant. Someplace Else Restaurant 2 LLC, doing business as Someplace Else Restaurant. Sports Page Bar Incorporated, doing business as Sports Page. And Time Bomb Investments LLC, doing business as Jack Rabbit Fizz. Any issues on those that weren't noted previous on the reports, Rebecca?
The only one that has required 30-day inspection is Sports Page Bar.
Okay. Sergeant, you have any issues with any of them?
Nothing from us, no.
Thank you. Any discussion? Scott, Pete, any questions, concerns?
My only question is, if Calabria has actually been sold and it's now Ricky's Place, why is the license still under Calabria Elkhorn LLC?
That's the, like, corporation name they chose to keep, but they're doing business name. And it
Okay,
is actually different. The old owners of Calabria, their corporation was Viviana Inc., and they had their restaurant named Calabria. So it's just something they chose to do. They were gonna keep the name originally, and then they chose to change it, at the last minute.
okay. It seems kind of weird, but whatever.
All right. So we have all those. Do we have a motion for approval?
I'll move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? With no further discussion, roll call, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those have all been approved. Renewal, next item, renewal Class C wine and Class B fermented malt beverage. Two listed, Elkhorn Deli LLC, doing business as Wilson's Whistle Stop. Lakeland Players Limited, doing business as Lakeland Players. Any extra concerns with them, Rebecca, that was noted? That wasn't on the report?
Nope, everything's on the report. They do have they do need to correct the violation 29 days from the inspection date.
All right. Sergeant Colcott, anything?
Nothing from us.
Thank you.
What specifically did they not pass?
It looks like the violation was extension cords should not be used as permanent wiring.
Okay,
It's easy.
that's not really a deal breaker.
No, I don't think so. All right, if there's no further discussion on the item, anybody have anything? Do we have a motion for approval for those two businesses?
I'll make a motion to pass that, approve that.
And I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed for all of those two businesses. And the last item, renewal of Class B fermented malt beverage for Ada Shakti Incorporated, doing business as Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
So the reason this is listed twice is because it is a new owner. If they do complete all the tasks that need to be done, all of these items will go to council on June 3rd. And in a perfect world, they will be done by then, and we will be able to issue their license on June 4th for their original application. But since the timeline is so short with the changeover in their business, we needed to process their renewal paperwork at the same time, which has happened before here in Elkhorn. So this would be a conditional approval as long as they met all those conditions and have everything ready. And if everything gets approved by council on June 3rd, then they would get an original for the month of June, or whatever days are left in the month of June, and their renewal would start July 1st, like all the others under the renewal category.
And if they don't get their ducks in a row by like the morning of June 4th, they got to reapply?
No, they don't have to reapply. We just won't issue the license until everything's done. So that's why, like, Sergeant Croak, Rebecca, and I will stay in contact to make sure that all the things are complete that need to be done. I actually was not aware that they did not have their seller's permit yet, so that's kind of a big deal.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve based upon the original already discussed conditions. So it'll be a conditional approval from me.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? If there's no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Is there anything else that anyone would care to bring up for the committee that's not? Then do you have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.